Affordable versus high-end. Hi, I'm Loreal, and I'm here with my daughter Danielle today. And I'm so excited, Danielle, because what we're going to do is we're going to put a high-end product against a more affordable version. And I want your opinion.
We're going to have a little bit of a battle here.
So we're going to start with one of the most expensive blushes that I've ever used from Chanel.
Chanel.
Look at the label right here, baby. Chanel. Now this is a blush, and at first glance it looks absolutely stunning. Just so beautiful. I love the packaging, but when I put it on my hand, look what happened. The product doesn't show up very much.
Wow.
It almost looks like Vaseline. I hate to say it, but see what you think. How does it look on your skin? Because you're quite a bit lighter than I am.
Okay, so it does look
pretty nice. So let me show you the one that I'm putting up against it. It's from Kiko, and this is their Velvet Touch Creamy Stick Blush. Now, I had owned this, I think, first, and then bought the Chanel. And this is a different texture.
Yeah, that looks more matte.
More matte. It doesn't have that glossy look to it, but look at the pigment.
That pigment.
Just so beautiful.
Yes.
And this showed up great on my skin. Let's see how it looks on your skin.
Let's see. Oh, yeah.
That looks really pretty.
I think we see a winner here.
Yeah, I just love the way this looks on my skin, and it doesn't make me look matte or dry either. It looks really smooth on my skin. I use so many hydrators under the skin and essence and like maybe a D'Alba before I put on makeup. So I don't need the stick to be that dewy. It turns into sticky.
Yeah, that looked greasy to me. Like, don't you think this looks greasy?
Yeah, it had a very greasy look to me too. And on my skin tone, and I'm like light medium, I'm towards the end of light, almost medium. It just didn't really show up. So someone with a deeper skin tone than me, I feel like would really be disappointed.
Oh, yes, that's not going to work. Just get something at the drugstore unless you want, the Chanel logo on your vanity. That would be about it.
Well, look at the packaging. They almost look the same. This one here is plastic, and this is more like a metal packaging. But if you're just looking at it, and this isn't something I take out with me when I leave the house, so no one sees it but me. So for my vote, I vote for the Kiko. What do you vote for?
I'm Team Kiko all the way.
Remember back when you were in high school, I used to buy these for you all the time, the MAC Lipglass. This shade is Oyster Girl, and I picked this up at the Ulta at our Target. They have the Ulta now, so that's very tempting. They have a little tiny MAC counter there.
I'm obsessed.
So what I like about this Oyster Girl shade is that it's sort of a pink, milky color.
Ooh, that's gorgeous.
And it looks great on top of just really any lipstick I own. When I buy a lip gloss, I really love it when it's a multitasker and it can go on top of nudes or pinks and just give a different look, a more luxe look. So that's pretty beautiful.
It is. Like, my favorite thing about the MAC lip gloss is they don't settle into lip lines, because I have a chronic case of dry lips, which my mom has helped me a lot with all the different lip masks she's given me, but this one is so forgiving. You could apply this without a mirror and you're fine. So I don't know, high-end might win this round. It's gonna be rough. But I am a affordable girl just like my mother, so.
Oh, definitely. She's even maybe into more affordability than me.
Anytime we go shopping, I say take $10 off, whatever it is, and I would buy it.
Well, Almay really puts MAC to the test. Because this is a gloss they've had around a long time. It's very difficult to find them in drugstores anymore, but they're sold on Amazon. And every one I've bought from Amazon has been really fresh. Some of them I've seen in the drugstores are just sort of sitting there and they look not so fresh.
Yeah.
But this is their Goddess Gloss, and the shade is Party. Now look at this, very close to the MAC.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I have to admit, be honest with all of you. This Almay gloss is one of my favorites of all time. I've used it before. Why do you put me in these situations?
I did this on
Two of my
purpose.
favorite lip glosses of all time.
I know. Well, I
You want
bought
me to
that
pick a
for you
side?
many times.
I've worn
too.
this so many times. This will just instantly make you look like a Charlotte Tilbury angel at a fraction of the cost. I mean, this is a holy grail lip gloss right here.
Love it.
It is beautiful because it's so unique because it's pink, but it has gold shimmer in it. So it has just this, I'm sure you'll have some close-up swatches too, but it has this gold shimmer, which you rarely see a pink gloss with a golden undertone. And I think that's why it gives that Charlotte Tilbury look. Just gives you an instant radiant look. Oh, yes.
I knew you would love it.
You are giving.
It's amazing. I love it too.
it.
And I like the different shades. It comes in some that one almost looks like a unicorn shade. I'll link below the different ones we've bought.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see what you think.
If I have like a dry lip day, that's another one that's like a savior. It is an absolute staple. I mean, I don't even know how you pick.
That's one thing I'm noticing is that the one from Almay is more pigmented. It shows up more, is less clear. And so
I feel like the Almay is a little bit more moussey almost, where the MAC is a little bit more sticky, which I'm not a hater. I love a good gloss that has some stick to it because then it lasts. But if you're looking for something just that feels maybe a little more smoother on your lips, then the Almay's a winner.
I have to say, I'm going with the Almay. What do you think?
This is too hard. I'm gonna have to say Almay just because
Oh my gosh, I'm so surprised.
Just because of the price.
But yeah, this has like such sentimental value, but
yeah,
Almay, this is incredible and such a great price point. I either give you or buy you a lot of makeup because you're the person in my life that loves makeup as much as I do or close to it. I'm pretty obsessed with it.
Thank goodness my sister is not that into makeup, so I don't have to compete with her. I get everything.
Yeah, I buy her flip-flops. I buy her a lot of shoes.
She loves clothes.
So this is one of the products I bought you the most, and it's from Becca, now from Smashbox, the Under Eye Brightening. And when this we thought was going away when Becca was closing down. Remember that?
That was a scary
day. You were like freaking out because
my under eyes were freaking out.
Yeah, you love this, and I bought this for you probably at least 4 or 5 times.
That's why it looks so scary, because this is mine. I use this every day.
And you're in the shade Fair Light, no surprise. But this is, I know, like a holy grail for you, that you always want to buy it, even though it's pricier compared with some of the other makeup you have. You still love it.
This is the dream as far as color correcting, brightening for under eye circles. It's extremely creamy and hydrating and thick, which I know part of why you don't like it.
Yeah, I haven't really been a fan of that because of that. I have too many little tiny lines, which you can't really even see if I don't wear makeup in that area, but the minute I put something like that in there, it makes them look 100 times worse.
It's powerful stuff. No matter how thin you put it on, it's gonna be thick, no matter what brush you use. So I get the struggle, kind of.
But I like the concept so much. And I was super excited to try this from Catrice, their under eye brightener. And look at how this looks.
It has a whole different look. I mean, what's left in here, we'll get a close-up. It's pretty...
That looks pretty close to me.
It's pretty... What I mean is like how cakey kind of and thick it looks, where that looks smooth.
Okay, so I'm going to put this on my hand. And like you said, this smooths out really nice. It has that pink. Look at how pink it looks on my skin.
I can just feel that it's thinner, and it's like going right into my skin. Where with the Becca, I'm more familiar with this than some of my relatives. So I'm very familiar with this product, and it is thick. I mean, we'll get close-ups, I'm sure, but it is thick. So if you're looking for that same tone, but just a thinner formula and a better price point, I mean, Catrice is a good brand.
Oh yeah, and this is so affordable. So you know where my vote's going. I'm voting for Catrice. I think it's just great for mature skin. I can actually use it in the inner corner, the outer corner for a lift of the eye. It brightens me up without any cakiness.
I'm sorry. I still have to be Team Becca. That Catrice does not look powerful enough for my dark circles.
And that's it too. I don't really have much in the way of dark circles. I do have such deep set eyes that sometimes they'll cast a shadow in the corner and it'll look darker. So I just need like that little perk up on the corners. And the inner corner too gets a little dark in there. Again, from the way my eyes are set into my face. So it really helps me out, but I don't have dark circles. That's just not, I have lots of other concerns, but not that. So this really works great for me and saves me a lot of money. Now things are going to really get spicy because you haven't used any of these products and I want your opinion, how you feel.
Okay.
Okay, so I recently did a video, which you saw on the D-Bronzi from Drunk Elephant. And these are anti-pollution sunshine drops. Now, you know I can't use any self-tanner that I break out in hives. If any of those tanners touch my skin, after 5 minutes, I'll have bumps on my skin. It's just brutal. So I love that this will deepen my makeup, make me look more summery without any problems.
So let me see. Let me see the bottle. So does this give any sun protection or it's mainly just to give a glow?
Yes,
like
no
skincare?
sun protection at all. It has peptides in it. It's like a skincare product. So over time, it's supposed to make your skin look better. I can't tell you that. I haven't used it long enough. But it has skincare. And what I liked about it, compared with, and you just take like one drop and mix it with your foundation, with your moisturizer, with anything. You could mix it with an oil,
Would
whatever
you just
you
wear
want.
it on its own?
No, it's not really meant for that. So you barely use this. Like this will last me months and months and months.
Nice.
But I'm going to put it on its own so you can see the texture of it. It's super, super thin. And one thing I noticed with these kind of products, even though they're not self-tanners, some of them, whatever ingredients they use in them, makes my skin itch a little bit. So I will get itchy with some of these that have bronzing stuff in it, even though they're not tanners.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, yeah, baby.
That's powerful.
Can you imagine
That was just
though?
with a little drop.
I know. But mix that in with your foundation and it looks gorgeous. So I'll link that video so that they can see the video if they didn't, because in it, I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people wrote me back and said, oh, this is a dupe or this is a dupe. And I always appreciate that. Some of the things that they said I didn't have anymore, but I've tried before.
Because there's like different types of dupes, right? There's like more focusing on the formula and the skincare versus just focusing on the look.
Yeah, none of these are skincare dupes of the D-Bronzi. None of them. Now, this one was one several people recommended, and I had bought it before. I think Emily Noel talked about it years ago.
Love her.
I love Emily. And she would mix this in with her foundation, and I had tried it before. So I'm going to put a little drop of that now in the tone Deep.
Whoa.
This comes in different shades. Now I'm going to put another one of the D-Bronzi on just so you can see.
Like right away I can see the L'Oreal is more bronze.
Yeah, and it's thicker. Like this, when I rub it out, gets super thin, almost like water. So that's probably all those skincare ingredients that are in that, where the L'Oreal is not a skincare product per se. It's more for mixing in moisturizer and foundation. So what I want to show you is that when you look actually side by side, when you blend it out, this does look pretty good. I'm getting a little less color than I am from the D-Bronzi. It looks like this might be a pretty good, affordable alternative to the Drunk Elephant. I've got it on here, and it did make my skin look really nice.
Yeah, on my skin, what I'm seeing is that, if anything, the L'Oreal seems a little darker to me, a little more intense.
Yeah.
And it has a little bit more of a metallic sheen to it, where the Drunk Elephant is more just like blending in with my skin better.
You hit it right on the head. That's exactly what I've seen as I've been testing these, that the more affordable versions have a very metallic look, and the D-Bronzi has more of a skin-like look. That it's very thin, and when you blend it in, it becomes almost like it is your skin. And of course, you got to remember, I have no moisturizer or anything on right now. Now, another alternative were these Lumi Glow Armor. Now, this one, even more so, what I noticed is very metal-like looking. It really doesn't look like the D-Bronzi. I'm going to put a little bit up here.
But how do you feel when it's mixed into foundation? Do you feel like it really matters as much versus like when we're swatching it?
I think it does, because when you look, if you look at that, this to me is more like a highlighter. Like I would never want that all over my face. Where the D-Bronzi, I've been wearing that mixed with my foundation, and it just makes the foundation look so beautiful. I don't think this is that great for foundation. It's too metal-like. I don't want to look like the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz.
Tin Man vibes incoming here. I think that looking at these, it'd be hard for someone with fair skin to get a very natural look. If I was to mix one of these in with my foundation, it might be okay for like a beach selfie, but otherwise it'd be kind of scary.
I think it'd be too much.
Yeah.
And then one that I bought months ago before I even heard about D-Bronzi, I had bought this Nanobronze. This is not super inexpensive like the drugstore. This is a little more, but less than the D-Bronzi. And I had it just sitting in a drawer because, again, the same sort of thing, even though people are saying this is a great dupe. Look at how thick it is just when you squirt it out. Whoa. And then what I felt
is... That's definitely the darkest of all of them.
Yeah, this is very pasty. And sort of sticky. And the D-Bronzi wasn't like that. It was like more smooth and more skin-like. So even though I even saw online one of the magazines that said, oh, this is a great dupe alternative, I literally had that sitting in my drawer because it just didn't look good on my skin or mixed with my foundation.
Yeah, it does feel very hydrating, but I can even see how it accentuates like the lines on my hand. And it feels like something more you put in certain spots of your face versus all over mixed in.
Yeah, this might work. Maybe I'll have to try it on my legs. If I mix this with a moisturizer and apply it, that way it won't go to waste. I hate wasting this stuff when I spent so much on it. I think this was around $24, so it was pretty pricey. Now the D-Bronzi's pricey, it's $38. But like I said, when I use it mixed with a thin foundation, I use a drop, maybe 2 drops. So this bottle is going to last me a very long time.
Yeah, my opinion on it is if you want a bronzy look that looks very natural, the Drunk Elephant is the way to go. But if you're wanting to make more of a statement, like give J-Lo vibes... then the L'Oreal is fine.
Yeah,
and the Nano, I don't know. The Nano, it does feel like it's very hydrating, but I feel like it'd be kind of like a landmine for the lines.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, really, of these two for what I'm looking for. I'm looking to mix in with my True Match. I love this True Match. It's super thin, feels good on my skin. So my favorite combination is taking this and this, mixing it together. So in this case, I'm not going to go with the drugstore. I am going to go with the D-Bronzi because of the reason that I want to use it. I thought this looked a lot more natural on my skin. It really made my skin look healthy, and I had such a natural, beautiful glow. All right, we got another spicy product here. I was lucky enough to be sent from Jones Road some of their products.
Jones Road.
And you know,
Bobbi
I love
Brown.
Bobbi Brown. I think Bobbi Brown's amazing. She's so talented. I just love the way she does makeup, such a natural look. And I'd seen so many people on Instagram using the Miracle Balm. Now, this is the shade Miami Beach, which that's the one I wanted because I'm from Miami. And here's the first problem that I had.
The scent is very strong. But
And
how is it when you put it on your face? Does it stay that strong?
yes. So I actually had to go wash my face. It was making me feel not so good. So, and I love the color. I'm going to put a little on my hand, but I cannot put it on my face. It's a beautiful tone, and it is balmy like a lot of other products that have come out like this. But also my hair was sticking to my face, which you know is a deal breaker for me because a lot of the time I will wear my hair down. And so
I actually love this color. Ignore the fact that my hand is orange from the bronzing section of the video, but this color is gorgeous.
Does the scent bother you?
It doesn't really bother me. Especially with my skincare, I prefer to go fragrance free because, oh,
it's now yours.
Thank you.
I'm
thank
glad
you.
it doesn't bother you
Bobbi
because
Brown.
I'm just so sensitive about scents. Sometimes I wonder, you know, am I the only one that's like this, that scents bother them so much?
Let me see if I can put some on.
Yeah, I'd like to see it on you.
Yeah, let's try this. I might regret this if it gets stuck, my hair gets stuck in it, like it was for you, but let's.
Oh, it looks so pretty on you.
Let's
see. This is why, you know, it's all someone's opinion because for me, I just didn't like it, but you love it. I can tell. I'm so happy. I hate when I have products that don't work for me and they're sitting in my closet not being used. Hence why you inherit so much makeup.
I know. That's one of the best things about being the daughter of a YouTuber.
Yeah.
If it's not too late, get adopted by a YouTuber, a beauty YouTuber, because you'll get a ton of free makeup.
Oh my gosh, it looks amazing.
Wow. I have a lot of powder products on that I'm putting this on top of, so that's probably part of why it's working so well for me.
That's the Patrick Ta technique.
Yeah.
So you're putting it right on top of powder and it looks beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy because now you can have it.
Wow.
And get good use out of it.
What do you think?
I love it. Let us know in the comments what you think. Now I want to show you what's affordable that worked for me.
Okay.
I have two things. One is from Revolution. They came up with their version of the balm. I bought a totally different shade. I bought a nude shade, which I know a lot of women don't like nudes, but I just thought it was something different. I didn't have anything like this in my collection.
Well, the nice thing with the nude blush is it's kind of like a cross between a bronzer and a blush.
Yeah.
So then if you want to use one and done, yes, that is so pretty on your skin tone.
And that looked really nice. And the other one I bought is from Bayfree, and this is the shade Nude Gardenia. Now, I bought several products from this brand off of Amazon, and this has a little more color.
This is very, the Revolution one is very balmy. Mm-hmm. I can tell it'd be very hydrating.
More so than the Bayfree.
Yeah, let me try the Bayfree. I feel
like the Bayfree is more like a cream blush.
Oh, yes.
Where the one from Makeup Revolution is much more balmy, dewy.
The Bayfree's becoming like a part of my skin, where the Revolution one is definitely sitting on top more, which there's something to be said. If you want your blush to be a little bit more noticeable and a little bit of like a cross between a blush and a highlighter,
I'm going to put a little.
Then that's a good vibe. But if you want it to be a part of your skin, the Bayfree might be better.
That's the Bayfree.
Yes.
I really like it.
I really like it. Yeah, it looks great.
Of the ones I've tried, I have to say the Bayfree is my favorite because my hair, as you said, I love this one, but I might need to like wear my hair up if I would was wearing it, it might be a little too sticky.
Sticky town.
But this one isn't sticky. It has a beautiful look to it.
Look at that glow.
Doesn't it look like high-end?
That looks like I had a good 8 hours of sleep, which she never gets.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's amazing the power of a blush. It like gives you health. Like
It
Bobbi
really does.
Brown's has me looking healthy now.
I know. I'm glad. So I'm curious. What's your vote?
Okay. I have to say, I love this Jones Road. I even really love the scent. It's very refreshing to me.
Isn't
so
that
it's
so
amazing.
funny how we could be so different? I'm glad
Yeah.
you like it because I just wanted to like it so much, but I am so scent sensitive. It's gotten terrible as I've gotten older. I get more so that way. And for me, I'm going to go with the Bayfree. I really love it. I like the way it looks on my skin. It looks very luxe, makes my skin look like I have had rest. So on this one, Jones Road for Danielle and Bayfree for me.
1 point for high end, 1 point for affordable.
This one, oh my gosh, I want to love one of these products so much, but I just can't give it a pass. And so let's start first with Benefit. You know all about their tints. They've had these a long time.
Yes.
And I actually have one more. I have the red, but I brought with me the Play Tint today. And when we all were wearing more masks and needing long wearing type products, I was using these to wear to school. And they work great and could stay on no matter what was going on. And this one is the Play Tint. And then the Flora Tint, I've actually worn this on Instagram when I was dancing with your dad. I've worn both of these.
Wow.
And people have written me and said, what's on your lips? And it was either the Flora or the Play Tint. But look at how pretty they are.
Yeah, I think they've definitely changed the formula over the years because it looks much more hydrating.
Yes.
Where when I've seen it in the past, it looked more just like a straight up lip stain.
Yeah, this is more like a little more than the texture of water. So it's a little thicker. Like you said, it used to be a lot runnier. And so,
Yes.
and this is more hydrating and I think more glossy.
Yes.
When they dry down, they don't look really dry on your lips. So I definitely feel like they've changed the formula from what they originally came out with. And remember how it used to be a nail polish brush rather.
Yes.
This is a doe foot applicator, so that's changed too.
People with dry lips, lip lines, comment below. You are among friends. My lips get so dry. So for me, I've never really used lip stains because anytime I do, it's like,
Well, you'll have to
those
try
actually
these.
look like I could use those because
Yes.
they're more hydrating.
And look at the shine. They didn't used to have shine. If I remember back, they had more of a flat matte look to them. So these are very shiny and I wear them a lot, especially if I know I'm going out and I don't want to retouch my lipstick. So I was super excited to try these from Bayfree. And I just told you how much I love the cream blush that they have now, or the Balm.
Yeah, they have the Cindy Joseph dupes for the boomsticks.
Right. So when I saw these are so tiny, people said in the comments they carried them in their pocket. I don't know that I would do that because if that leaked out, that would really mess up your jeans.
Yeah, and I mean, how many women's jeans, for us that wear women's jeans, how many of them have good enough pockets where you want a little Bayfree poking out?
I know. So here's what happened. This is an interesting story. So with this, I can layer it. So if I put on one coat and I feel like, oh, I missed a spot or it's not enough color,
It's forgiving.
it's forgiving. I can go right back on top. I went on top of this and it leaked into my mouth and it looked like those pills the doctor gave me the dentist rather, when I was a little kid. That was one of my favorite stories with your aunt. My sister and I would go, of course, to the dentist together. Our mom would want to get the appointments done at one time, and they would give you those pink pills to see where you brush or didn't brush. And I remember one time, Lynette, we thought we were amazing at brushing. We were horrible. So She looked at me, I looked at her, we smiled, and it was a whole mouthful of red and pink.
It was all that penny candy that was so readily available back then.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'll never forget that moment. I still laugh about that because Lynette's teeth were just pure red and so were mine. So we were horrible basically at brushing apparently. But that's what happened with this leaked in my mouth. It got on my teeth. I took like my toothbrush, a Q-tip. I was doing all kinds of stuff to get it off.
That is scary.
So you would not want to go with 2 coats of this.
No, that sounds frightening.
The other thing is I have some fine lines under the lips. It went right in and looked like
It's
veins.
like the Red Sea just spreading down. Ew. Yeah, I can tell this is very liquidy.
It's like water.
This would do nightmarish things. This would turn my lips into a crime scene. Like, because I have, when my lips get dry, the lines get more defined and I'll have like some skin or something. So this would be, I'm not demoing.
I'm afraid to open it. Be careful because it could stain your skin for weeks.
It's like disarming a bomb. It's like,
well, when I put it on my hand to test it, it lasted all day. Like I had to literally get coconut oil to take it off.
Okay, we're going out after this, so I'm going to be careful. Yeah, this is going right into the lines on my hand. So.
Can you imagine on the lips?
Mm-mm.
So I do not vote for that.
This looks more like what the old school Benetint probably was. So Bayfree is back in the early 2000s with this one. Sorry, Bayfree. I still love you, though.
I love Bayfree, but not in this case. So I have to vote, even though it's more money, I have to vote for these. They last a long time, and you don't need much of it because you're applying it and it's lasting for a long time. I would recommend not drinking water or coffee or anything right away. Let it really dry down good. But I love these, and I have to vote for these because I don't want a crime scene on my face.
Yes, I'm going to have to choose high end on this one.
For sure. I have one more blush to show you. This one from Rare Beauty is so popular. I gave you a set. Remember the 3 little blushes that I bought at Christmas time because I wanted you to see if you liked them. Did you like the blush?
I love them. Selena Gomez has done an amazing job with Rare Beauty. And it's a great brand. I've used their eyeliner and I've used their blush and I really like it.
Now this shade is Hope. The shades I'm going to show from the 2 brands are very different. This one is a little more like a pinky nude, I think is how they describe it. But look at how beautiful that is. I love that.
Yeah, that is really
And these are not sticky. They dry down and they last for hours. I mean, when I come home from school, it looks like I did it in the morning.
A little bit goes a long way with these, but the doe foot applicator is massive. So you have to use like a light hand with these.
Very light.
Unless you're just going for a more intense look. But they definitely pack a punch.
Oh yeah, look on your skin. It really shows. Look at how different. Let's put our side by side, how different this looks depending on your skin tone.
Yeah.
Very different. Now, there are so many of these dupes on Amazon, and I have bought some and they've been horrible, like the one I just talked about. But then I bought some that have been amazing. But this one is Lakeside Beauty. Look at side by side. They just totally copied.
There's Rare Beauty and then there's Fair Beauty, the affordable one.
And I mean, they look no different. Like they must have been manufactured in the same exact factory. So the Lakeside, I bought a different shade. I don't see, they don't have a sticker on the bottom like the Rare Beauty. So I'll have to make a note in the comments. But just like the Rare Beauty, if I put 1 dot, that's like all you need, just very little.
Same kind of applicator, same kind of packaging.
Interesting. I'm putting a little bit more on. I don't know if I just blended it more.
Yeah, it's not quite as punchy as the Rare Beauty.
Yeah, I noticed that
The
it's a little
shade's
more
different, of
see-through.
course, but this is a pretty intense shade as well, but it's more see-through. So that might actually make it more wearable for some people.
I agree.
Because the Rare Beauty is very intense.
Sometimes I do have trouble with the Rare Beauty like being too much because I really like a soft look to the blush. Because when you're putting blush here in this area, it's a tricky zone. That's where most of us have fine lines when you're my age. I'm almost 59. So I've got fine lines in that area. So if the blush is too harsh, it almost draws attention to the fine lines.
Well, and for people that have larger pores, skin texture, I mean, the Rare Beauty one is very hydrating, but it will, you know, draw attention a little bit more to those things on the cheeks that I definitely don't deal with every day. I do.
Yeah, but I love the look. Now that it's sitting down, I can see a lot of luminosity to the Lakeside one.
Yeah.
And I've worn this several times to school. I wanted to see, would it make it through a whole school day?
That's what I was going to ask about, the lasting power.
It did. It made it through the whole school day, and my cheeks still looked like I had just applied blush. So for me, on this one, I'm going to go with the Lakeside because it actually works well. And I like that it's a little more sheer. And the price difference is quite a bit.
Yeah, so for this, I'm going to have to say the Lakeside because I feel like it is pretty similar. It is very wearable because it's not quite so pigmented. So for all of us on a budget, I think this is a good pick.
I'm definitely on a budget.
Is that what I think it is?
It is exactly what you think it is. You bought this for me. It's Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. There have been dozens of dupes all over the internet for this lipstick. And some people will look at this shade and say, I don't get it. Why are people so obsessed? For me, it's because it's almost my lip tone, but a little pinker. I have very mauvey lips, so lipstick will look totally different on me than say your lips are very red.
Yes.
So I've given you lipstick and I've loved it on you, things that I didn't like on myself. Yeah. So I just like this because it is very wearable as far as I love it for school. I can pop this on my lips and it really will go with any makeup look I've done. I don't have to put much thought into my lip choice.
It looks gorgeous on you.
I love this color. This is my jam, just a pinky nude.
And the lip liner is amazing too, the Pillow Talk lip
It's
liner.
long lasting. That's one thing I have to say. They're very pricey. They're around $22, I think, for the lip liner, either 22 or 24. But they last so long.
And they don't dry out. Like, I've had the same Pillow Talk lip liner for longer than I care to say. And you use so little of it and it doesn't dry out.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
Now, I have a new lipstick dupe because the thing is, some of the original dupes you can't even get anymore. But I found a new one. How would you say this brand?
Tre Luce? I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's Tre Luce.
I didn't do well in Spanish class.
But it's gorgeous.
Oh, wow,
Gorgeous.
that packaging.
Look at the packaging on
Dare
this.
I say, that packaging might be prettier than this one.
I
mean,
love
when
the
do
color.
you see a bright blue
I know.
lipstick?
It's gorgeous.
Tube ever.
And it's magnetic. See?
Oh.
And look at the shade. Oh my gosh, this is so close.
Dupe alert.
Look at that.
Dupe alert.
Now, I went in a little more with it, so it looks a little bit deeper, but really close. And the formula, I would say, is spot on the same.
But sometimes the Pillow Talk can look a little light on some people's lips if they have more red lips. So maybe that might actually even be a little better.
Yeah. And the price is a lot better.
Oh.
So why don't you try them on your hand and see what you think as far as dupes. You see how it looks on mine.
Yeah, you shouldn't feel stressed after you buy a lipstick. And the Charlotte Tilbury one is pretty pricey.
Yeah.
So lipstick should be fun.
Wow.
So if you're on a budget.
Wow, they look really
Yeah.
similar on your hand.
My hand will become the great dupe tester. It is the most neutral hand. You might as well just put it on a piece of notebook paper and see what are the true colors.
I love that. and I love those shades
Oh
for
my
you.
gosh.
So you've been wanting Pillow Talk. I would just suggest getting this, or maybe your mother will get this for you.
Yeah, sorry, Charlotte. I'll still use all your fabulous face products, though, but I'm going to have to choose this one.
This is amazing, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about this brand, hence the reason I'm not sure on the pronunciation, but they have it on the end cap at Ulta, and I will link everything we've talked about today in the description of the video. If you just hit that little more button that's in the corner, everything will drop down. All the links are there. And I thank you so much for shopping those links.
Yeah, make sure to like the video so I'll know if you all actually want me on here or not. If you want to make me feel better, if you want me to come back, then
I would love you to come back. And like she said, let us know in the comments. I think it's great having another perspective on the makeup that I'm trying. Back behind the scenes, I'm always asking Danielle, what do you think? I'll do a look and show it to her and say, what do you think? Do you think this would be good for my video? I will share products with you. I'll have you test them. You've tested a lot of things for me.
I'm very opinionated. And growing up with acne and everything, I had to get into makeup pretty early.
Yeah, well, what I like is you've really had everything. You're like me. You've had oily skin. You've had dry skin. You've had acne. You've had peeling skin. So the concerns that the women that watch my videos, you've had all of those too.
Yeah, I'll
just
never
like I
forget
have.
Last year when I figured out how painful dry under eyes are, hitting the 30 region, all of a sudden my under eyes got super dry and it was the most painful thing ever. Yeah. I was like, I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get it.
Yeah, people don't think about, we talk about dry skin, it's not just the look of it, it's the painfulness of it.
It hurts.
You know, that's like when my face broke out with the rash from eating dairy. It wasn't just the look and the embarrassment of my whole face being covered with bumps and a rash, but also it was very painful. I couldn't even touch a makeup brush to my skin. And you actually came to the dermatologist with me on that appointment. He said, try to not use some makeup for a while. I broke out in laughter. That really broke the tension, didn't it?
He clearly didn't know who he was talking to, so can't really blame the guy, but...
I know. I said to him, well, I have a YouTube channel where I test makeup products. And he looked at me and his eyes got so big.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, all these experiences we've been through really helps us when I'm trying products and when you're trying them for me. We think about, would this be good for someone with dry skin, sensitive skin, oily skin, combo skin, really all of it, don't we?
Yes, one of the best parts of having a bunch of beauty problems is then we can find amazing things to show you to help with that.
Exactly.
So now we get to decide who won this battle, affordable or high-end.
Affordable!
Yes, affordable for the win. Save money.
I'm all about that. I'm trying to retire soon. I hope you all will subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, we'd love to have you here. We send all our love to you. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful week, and I'll see you soon.